The Luthra brothers are finally under arrest. Now they're being taken to Goa by the police. The Patiala House Court in Delhi granted the Goa Police 2-day transit remand of Gaurav and Saurav Luthra, while they had initially sought a remand of 3 days. Luthras are the owners of the Burj by Romeo Lane nightclub, where a massive fire killed 25 people on the 6th of December. They had fled to Phuket within hours of this incident but were deported from Thailand and dragged back to India on Tuesday. Upon landing in Delhi, the brothers were arrested by the Goa police. They're now taken to Goa. The police team is expected to land in Goa along with Luthras at 11 this morning. The club killers will then be taken for questioning and later be produced before the Mapusa Magistrate Court, which is as per protocol. I'm going to go back to Divyesh for more on that. 3 days is what they wanted. 2 is what they've got. This is going to be extended even further. I'm thinking, Divyesh, given that there are questions associated with several irregularities to begin with, no NOC to the club for fire, isn't it?
Well, yes, there was no NOC for fire safety. There was no permit for operating in a coastal zone, no permit for operating on salt pan land. The structure created illegally, erected illegally. There was no license from other several departments like the TCP and other departments for running that nightclub, but that nightclub was functioning. It was hosting parties every day. The fateful night when this event happened, this fire erupted, there were around 250 to 300 people present inside the club with a tiny entry and exit. Like this one entry and one exit, and there's a basement which became the death trap for 23 people. 2 people were charged to death upstairs because he could not get out in time because there was just one exit, one entry point, which is against any kind of construction rules allowed by the Goa government. But despite that, Luthra brothers were running this club unscathed. They were not questioned or stopped by any of the authorities. There are multiple departments involved, but any of the authorities did not stop or bother the Luthra brothers. Who was protecting them? Who was helping them? What kind of influence were they using? That is the question that arises. Were there any senior government officials who were helping them? Were there any politicians helping them? Were there any other influential people helping them? That question arises over here. How were Luthra brothers functioning in this manner that claimed the life of 25 innocent people? You can see behind me, this is the kind of arrangement done at the Anjuna police station, where after landing at the Mopa airport in Goa, the Luthra brothers will be brought here at the Anjuna police station. The gate has been shut and heavy police deployment has been done at the Anjuna police station. This is the police station probing the case, and that is why Luthra brothers will be brought here. Here they will be taken into custody, then produced in court for seeking their custodial remand. After their remand, once they get the custody, they'll again be brought, put in a lockup over here, and then will be interrogated.
Okay.
So the law has catched up on Luthra brothers. They did manage to go to Phuket, but they were caught back.
That's right. They were brought back to the country and they were brought back within a record time, isn't it? Within 5 days, authorities in Thailand actually traced them, of course, on India's insistence, and eventually, as per protocol, they've been deported back to the country. I'm going to leave it that for the moment, Divyesh, getting in those details and to take our viewers to what Divyesh, I beg your pardon, was telling us as far as what next really for the club killers in this case. We do know that there is 2 days transit remand for the Luthra brothers that is being granted by the court. The Goa police takes the Luthra brothers to Goa. That's going to happen today. Luthras to be taken to the Anjuna police station, and then the Goa police is going to be questioning the Luthras at the police station. That is expected. Luthras to be produced before the Goa court today itself is what we know. From escape to return, what really happened in this case? Remember, on the 6th of December, there was fire that was seen in Burj by Romeo Lane that eventually went on to kill 25 innocents. On the 7th of December, Luthras escaped to Phuket in Thailand. In the wee hours of the morning, they booked their tickets quickly, and by 5:30 a.m., they were off. On the 11th of December, Thai authorities detained the Luthra brothers. On the 13th of December, 2 days later, the CBI team in Phuket to complete the formalities. On the 16th of December, Luthra brothers dragged back to India. Essentially, it was endgame for the Luthra brothers in this fashion. 10 days after the Goa fire, Luthras have been finally arrested. The killer brothers were taken into custody by Goa Police at the Delhi airport. The brothers are likely to be produced before the Mapusa Magistrate Court on the 17th of December after being brought to the state for questioning. Here's more.
Fugitive Goa club owners are finally in Indian custody. The flight bringing Saurav Luthra and Gaurav Luthra, owners of the Burj by Romeo Lane, landed in Delhi on Tuesday afternoon. The brothers, who were deported to India from Thailand, were accompanied by Indian team. At the Delhi airport, the Luthras were handed over to a team of Goa Police who were waiting in the immigration area to complete arrest procedures. From the IGI airport, they have been brought to Patiala House Court, where the club killers were produced before the duty magistrate. The two brothers had fled to Phuket just 5 hours after the inferno at their nightclub in Arpora that killed 25 people. Indian authorities issued a blue corner notice against them. Their passports were also suspended. Acting on India's request, Thai authorities detained the brothers. Saurav Luthra and Gaurav Luthra are facing multiple charges, including culpable homicide, not amounting to murder, which attracts a maximum term of 10 years in jail. A detailed review of documents accessed by India Today reveals that the Luthra brothers are listed as directors or partners in 42 different companies and limited liability partnerships. They had set up the Burj by Romeo Lane in Arpora in violation of several norms. The land on which they built their nightclub falls under a no development zone, yet construction was allowed. The nightclub fire tragedy has blown the lid of the nexus between businessmen, politicians, bureaucrats and police in Goa. Bureau Report, India Today.